Most Seattle rent talk assumes official ceilings and actual rents move together across the city and suburbs. The numbers say otherwise, and these 5 greater Seattle areas prove it, with 2-bedroom rent ceilings landing at roughly double street rent. For this countdown, the key comparison is HUD small area fair market rent ceilings for fiscal year 2026 versus median actual rents reported in the Census ACS 2022. The vintages are different, so the story is not that every figure lines up month to month. The story is how wide the gap gets in specific places around Greater Seattle. Number 5. Chinatown International District. The Chinatown International District sits just south of downtown Seattle, with historic storefronts, transit access around King Street Station, and a street grid that connects quickly into Pioneer Square, Little Saigon, and SoDo. HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 put the 2-bedroom ceiling at $2,240, while the Census ACS 2022 puts the median actual rent at $1,124, making the ceiling 1.99 times the street number. That is the first near doubling in the countdown. And it is especially striking in a neighborhood that walk score rates at 99 in 2026. Zillow, in 2026, puts the typical home value around $474,300, adding another cost signal to a place where the official rent ceiling is running far above the median rent being paid. Number 4. Yesler Terrace. Just uphill from the International District and east of downtown, Yesler Terrace has one of Seattle's most documented housing histories. It was originally completed in 1941 as Washington's first public housing development and the first racially integrated public housing development in the United States. HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 set the 2-bedroom ceiling at $2,240 here, while the Census ACS 2022 median actual rent is $1,124. Again, a 1.99 times split. Walk Score rates Yesler Terrace at 96 in 2026, which matches the feel of a close-in neighborhood tied to hospitals, downtown blocks, and the Yesler Way corridor.
The ranking comes down to that same paper versus street gap. The official ceiling is almost twice the reported median rent.
Number 3. Newholly. Newholly, formerly Holly Park, is in southeastern Seattle and sits within the city's south end, away from the downtown core, but still inside Seattle's residential map. Here, the gap gets larger. HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 put the 2-bedroom ceiling at $2,430, while the Census ACS 2022 median actual rent is $1,125, or 2.16 times as high. Walk Score rates Newholly at 75 in 2026. So the built environment is less intensely downtown than the first 2 entries, but the rent ceiling spread is wider. That is why Newholly moves up the countdown. The official number is not just above street rent, it is more than double it. Number 2. Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill sits south of Capitol Hill within the Central District, north of the International District, and east of First Hill, with 14th Avenue and 23rd Avenue framing important edges of the area. The rent math jumps again. HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 put the 2-bedroom ceiling at $3,110, while the Census ACS 2022 median actual rent is $1,422, a 2.19 times gap. Walk Score rates Cherry Hill at 90 in 2026, reflecting its connection to nearby commercial streets, medical campuses, and central Seattle corridors. At number 2, Cherry Hill shows that a higher official ceiling does not automatically mean the median renter is paying anything close to that ceiling. And number 1, Renton Hill. Renton Hill takes the top spot because its paper versus street gap is the widest here. HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 put the 2-bedroom ceiling at $2,560, while the Census ACS 2022 median actual rent is $1,144, or 2.24 times as high. That 2.24 ratio also stands well above the metro-wide median ratio of 1.37. Using HUD fair market rents for fiscal year 2026 and Census ACS 2022. WalkScore rates Renton Hill at 58 in 2026, and Zillow in 2026 puts the typical home value around $805,400. The timing gap between fiscal year 2026 ceilings and 2022 rent reports matters, but Renton Hill still captures the bigger pattern. Official ceilings can be most inflated in the very corridors where subsidized housing is concentrated. So, the recap from 5 to 1 is Chinatown International District, Yesler Terrace, Newholly, Cherry Hill, and Renton Hill. The takeaway is not that one rent number tells the whole story. It is that Greater Seattle has pockets where the official ceiling and the median rent being paid are operating on very different scales. What did we miss? Which Seattle area neighborhood, corridor, or specific spot would have made your top 5? And what would you have ranked higher? If this kind of neighborhood math is useful, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more Seattle neighborhood deep dives. Tell me what topic you want next, whether it is rents, home values, walkability, transit access, or a closer look at one neighborhood. Every number in this video is sourced, and you will find the links in the description.